It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning. Welcome back to the show. It's a Monday morning and time for us right now to reflect on a very sad reality. The fact that in South Africa, 1 in 4 children are abused daily. And it's also estimated that 1 child goes missing every 5 hours. Now, using the Child Protection Week, which takes place from the 25th to the 31st of May, the Saartjie Baartman Centre for Women and Children is an organisation that has created the I Deserve campaign to create awareness about child abuse and child violence. Now, here to tell us a bit more about the centre's work is the centre's director, Shahima McLeod, as well as the centre's child counsellor, Zenat Osman. Ladies, thank you very much for being with us this morning.
Thanks so much.
So let's first talk a little bit about what are the leading factors right now that are leading to this increase in child violence in South Africa?
Okay, there's numerous things that brings it about, and especially within our low socioeconomic groups, we find that gangsterism is still rife, and that is leading to a whole lot of violence within our communities, which then impacts on our younger generation. What we also find is that domestic violence is a major factor, as what is happening within the homes, even though it might not directly influence on the child, it still has an abusive effect on the child. So there's many factors. We also find that bullying is still rife within South Africa, which also leads to child violence, and then child-on-child violence, which comes with our sibling rivalry and things like that.
That's scary to think about, you know, sibling rivalry has now gone to sibling violent rivalry. But you recently worked with 600 school pupils on a campaign called I Deserve It.
Yes.
Tell me a bit more about that.
Well, the idea was to see what the response would be from the learners directly, and to have a look at the disconnect between what is taught in the homes and what children act out on. So, for example, we knew what the response would be, and there was many kids that would say that violence shouldn't be accepted, but under circumstances, it's okay.
Really?
So, yeah.
Did this take place through a kind of a questionnaire they had to answer?
It was a postcard campaign, an anonymous postcard campaign, where 600 grade 10 learners participated in.
Yes.
And we had a look at the responses.
Yes.
So it would vary from it's never accepted any day of the week, regardless of what happens within the household. And then you would have the other extreme that says, you know what, if she dresses inappropriately, she deserves a slap. Or if she disobeys her husband and she doesn't have dinner on the table, of course it's warranted, it's accepted.
And this coming from grade 10
Grade 10 learners in this day and age. You would think that the mindset would have changed. So much more work has to be done within our communities to change the thinking and the rationale behind when violence is never acceptable.
Yeah. I want to know a bit more about the work that you do as an organisation in offering children that have been victims of violence counselling. How exactly does that process work?
Well, how it works is that the mothers come and they have to sign consent to give permission so that I can see the children, after which we then do a background information session with the mother so that we can find some common ground as to what the problem is.
Yes.
Then after which I will see the children for a total of 6 to 8 sessions. We look at the ages of the children and then obviously the severity of the difficulty that they've been through. We have to look at the personality that they present with and also the changes in their personality so that we can know how to tailor-make the counselling to suit them so that it can also have an impact on them and the journey easier. So we do look at all the factors and we make sure that we always give psychoeducation so that they know that if they find themselves in a situation like this or if somebody else, they know where to go and what to do.
Yeah. Now, you just mentioned that moms first have to sign off that form to say that you can see their kids, but how does it get to the point? How do you, children that have become victims of violence reach out to you and find you, and how do you find them and connect with them?
Well, obviously we've got various awareness campaigns where we encourage learners to step forward and come and see us. But often we get referrals from various government divisions and NGO agencies out there. So yes, the schools as well. So they would come to us and say, you look, we've got kids that are presenting with various behavioural problems or substance abuse issues are very rife in the community. At least 80% of our kids and moms present with substance problems. So you know that, they're really struggling with social challenges out there. So they would come to us on a walk-in basis or give us a call and schedule an appointment. And I have to mention that all our services are absolutely free. So we encourage individuals to please step forward. We need to start changing what's happening out there.
Thank you so much for the work that you do to keep our children safer in South Africa. Thanks you.
So much.
And of course, we know that abuse towards any individual is most grossly immoral, especially towards our children. And it's so good to see organizations like this that are tackling that issue head on and making way for a more peaceful and loving South Africa out there. And also another organization that's doing that is called Jenny Beans, and they believe in children and that they should be loved, as we all should believe. And as we approach Child Protection Week, we stopped by to find out about their method of child therapy, and we also caught up with them as they are the beneficiary, of course, of the Vital Foundation. Of course, the Vital Foundation receives the funds that you contribute every single time that you purchase a Vital supplement. 1 rand of that goes to the Vital Foundation, which helps to fund the work that these organizations do.